I hodl, therefore I am. Hey everyone, my name is Sean, and this is Sean Stocks. Welcome back to my channel, and we are going to continue talking about the underdog, the lucky stock, the one and only CLOV, CLOV. I know the last couple of weeks have been really tough because this stock is at $4.20 in the after hours, and last time I made a video in the after hours is sitting at $6.87. That is a big decline over the last couple of weeks, but again, remember, we are in a quiet period currently, and that is going to end this Friday. We're going to end this quiet period this coming Friday, and I want to see what they talk about. I want to see what they talk about and explain this dilution, because I did not think that a dilution like this could ever happen to Clover Health, but here we are. Here we are in this, especially after they did that bullish move, that long-term bullish move to redeem warrants, right? This is one of those things that I have on this huge graph that I made. If you haven't seen it, check this out. This is my graph that I had. Do they need the money? They redeemed warrants. I think that was long-term bullish. I did not think that they would ever dilute in my long-term mind. I've said that in previous videos, and that's definitely something that caught me by surprise, right? So we have this public offering of Class A common stock, okay? At the end of the day, do they need the money? They had $588 million in cash equivalents. And so, how much money do they need? How much money do they need at the end of the day? And what do they need it for, right? So let's take a step back. Let's take a step back and take a look at this, right? We know that the quiet period ends this coming Friday, December 17th. That's the underwriter's 30-day option expires on that day. We know previously, before all this, we had 420.63 million outstanding shares. Initially, they were saying, hey, we're going to do a 40.25 share offering or whatnot, which is about 9.7%. And now they've changed it to 52.17 million shares for 14.5%. Okay. So we moved to 472.8 million outstanding shares with a current market cap of $2 billion, with the share price of $4.20 in the after hours. So again, a lot of money on the table, right? A lot of money on the table. So if you check this out, we had $5.75 per share for 52 million shares, $300 million there. And initially it was just 35 million shares at about $7 for 281.75 million. So that has been some pretty big changes that we've seen for this offering, and they mixed it up a little bit for us, gave a few more shares, sold a few more shares essentially for that offering. But why? What are they going to do with all this money? That's something that everyone wants to know. Everyone's anxious to hear a little bit more information about and see what they say. So they said, hey, we're doing it for working capital, general corporate purposes. And to me, that seemed vague. So I wanted to talk about it and speculate a little bit, right? We want to speculate a little bit. So first was general expansion to more states. Second, expanding primary care programs and need extra funds. All right. Third, cash for an acquisition. Could an acquisition make sense with this amount of money? Fourth, open enrollment. Do they need that extra money for open enrollment, which ended December 7th? A new one that I have, capital requirements for Medicare reserves. Is that something that they needed? They need the extra capital to fulfill that requirement. And last but not least, don't want to burn through current cash reserves, better debt to equity ratio. So a couple of those I mentioned in my previous video, but of course I want to cover this again and show you. Let me hide myself so everyone can take kind of that bird's eye look at this beautiful graph that I made. And of course right here, as I was talking about, November 23rd, closing a public offering is the last thing that I did not mention a little bit earlier. So as you can see, a lot of information here. We are looking at us, and it's kind of interesting to think about, what are they going to talk about? What are they going to talk about, Friday or next week or whatnot on the 23rd even, and see what they have to say. So I'm really excited to see what they have to say, because at the end of the day, I still believe in the company. I still believe in the growth that Clover Health has, especially when you look at the year over year, especially look at all the states that they've expanded into. And as someone that's a long-term investor in this stock, I am not worried about the short term at all. However, it does hurt a little bit in the sense that the potential for the short squeeze, the potential for a big gamma squeeze past that $20.85 that we saw back in June is not as likely, right? But in terms of the stock, in terms of finding a good company to get invested in, especially at a low price under that $5 price, it's crazy. It's crazy to me because if you recall my previous videos, anything under $8 is a super buy. And here we are sitting at almost half that at $4.20. And you know that I'm buying the dip. And I even got some at under $4 as well. So I would just say that I consistently am decreasing my average price. And hey, I think that we're going to see great things to come very, very shortly for this stock. But of course, in the meantime, I've been checking out the price action. I've been checking out the price action for this stock and seeing where it's going. And so let's take a quick talk about this. As I mentioned, the last video that I had a couple weeks ago was $6.87. Now we are opening up at $4.33. We're at that penny stock level. That penny stock level is unfortunately where we're at. I want to get this over $5 as soon as possible, to be honest. But opening up at $4.33, we had a little bit of an increase going all the way down up to $4.41, then going all the way down to $4.12 there. And then closing off the day a little bit green there at the tail end of the day, but moving off a total red day though, but closing off at $4.24 in the after hours. We zipped a little bit, about $4.20. So again, all over the place for this stock. And when we check out the order flow, I do got to mention the order flow. We have more outflow than inflow by 6.64 million US dollars for the day. So again, a lot of movements for the stock, and 10.66 million for the volume, with the average being at 16. That is kind of close. But still a little bit far. Let's take a look though at the app, right? Because of course we have the Webull app. Of course, that I like to use Webull. I love to look at the charts on Webull and see all the great information that it provides. You got the great comment section right here, and a lot of good information in there from, fellow investors, right? And of course we have here the analyst price target. And this is something that I'll talk about a little bit more in detail. But of course we have $9, $8.20 is the average, $7 is the low right now for the price target. And here we are sitting at $4.24. Again, I'm not really worried, especially with these price targets that we have. You, of course, are not like, that's kind of like genies. It's just like, what's your wish? What do you want it to be, right? But at the end of the day, I think that this company has definitely a lot of potential. And I think that we're just in a good dip with this dilution, and I think that it'll be over hopefully very soon. And I think that we'll see at the early of next year, I think that we'll see some big movements for this stock, hopefully, is what I would like to see. But when we take a look at the positions cost distribution, a lot of people are underwater. Of course, that makes sense. Right now we're at $4.20. The average is $17.28. That's kind of crazy, okay? And so finding something like this where we have very, very, very low price for the stock, and a lot of great earnings and everything like that, year-over-year growth, 140% and everything like that. It's kind of crazy. And it's something that you gotta have conviction for, you gotta believe, and I definitely do. I have a very big position in Clover Health, and it's in my Roth, it's in my 401k. It's something that I'm holding for a very long time, that I very well believe in this stock. But of course, again, this is the Webull app. Definitely great to see. You get all this great information from this app. And if you want to check it out, and get your own Webull app and everything like that, and also get some free shares too, make sure to use the link in the description below, where you can get 5 free stocks, valued at $8,000 up to $8,300. So make sure to check out the link in the description. All you gotta do is open an account, deposit any amount. You get 5 free stocks valued up to $8,300. So make sure to check out the link in the description below. And this is until December 31st. The next thing that I want to talk about is, where have I been, right? Where have you been, Sean? We haven't heard a lot from you, not feeling well, stuff like that, right? But of course, at the very end of the day, it's been a little bit tough for the last month for me personally, for some other things that I've been going through. But I have been tweeting a lot, at the very least this last couple of months, and I still think that going forward, I will be doing a lot more stuff. A lot more videos is something that I'm really trying to work toward. And so that's one of my goals for this month is to continue making videos as well. So, but of course, in the last month, you can see my tweets that I have down here, retweeting, tweeting, stuff like that, talking about other stocks that I've been investing in and going from some short-term wins and stuff like that in the meantime. It does not mean, even though I have a big position in Clover Health, it does not mean that I can have a little bit of fun along the way and get invested into other companies. And that's something that I encourage everyone to do. But I hodl my shares that I have in CLOV, especially for those long-term potential for the stock. I really, really am excited to see what it has in store. I want to talk about this news of the day, though, about the stock. The news of the day is that Clover Health and Cricket Health partner to target chronic kidney disease. Okay, so again, a great partnership again to have for this company. Expansion, growth, I'm all about that, especially. Right, so we can see here that Medicare Advantage insurer Clover Health has launched a new clinical program targeting chronic kidney disease in an effort to minimize the time between diagnosis and treatment to improve outcomes for seniors. Physicians can recommend and enroll these patients into Cricket Health personalized kidney care program at no additional cost to patients. It's very, very important for this. Okay, and then through this My Cricket patient support program, enrolled Clover patients have access to multidisciplinary care teams, including nurses, dietitians, social workers, trained peer mentors to help them stay on an individualized care plan. The virtual program also includes stage-specific educational resources and access to a peer community for support along the way. So again, you keep the bigger picture in mind. Clover Health is a risk-bearing organization focusing on health equity and seniors who have historically lacked access to affordable, high-quality healthcare. The technology of Clover Assistant aggregates patient data from across the health ecosystem to support clinical decision-making. So, got to take a look at this, the amount of partnerships they have, what they're doing. It's a good company. We all agree that Clover Health is a good company. We all agree that, next year, in my opinion, at the very least, I think that it's definitely a profitable company. The hope is that we get 4 stars next year. You never know. It might be 2023, but I'm going to be a little bit hopeful and hope we can get those 4 stars next year. But seeing partnerships like this with Walmart and other groups, other businesses as well, is definitely reassuring that this business is still growing, even though the stock is kind of stagnating a little bit, even though it's a little bit of uncertainty and everything being under that $5 price there. I think that for the company, though, they are succeeding. I think in the long run, we're going to see some great success as investors. Okay. But, one of the things that I encourage people not to do is to really do those options. I know that's not something that I've ever really been a big fan of. The other thing is margin. I think that everyone should hold cash positions for their stocks as well as much as possible. If you're going to do margin, do very little, but make sure to hold cash, right? It's very, very big to me, right? But of course, you still have options are still part of the equation. They're still factored in. We still want to talk about, of course, maximum pain for this week is at $6. Okay, I'm not saying that it's going to get to $6 by Friday. I'm not encouraging that at all, but what I'm saying is that that's where it's at right here, and that's the amount of maximum pain for puts and calls and everything like that to get the most out of the money. It's that right there. Okay, so I think that if we do get there, that'd be pretty amazing, but I don't foresee it, so do not count on it, in my opinion. So that's something that is happening this week. That's the maximum pain. And as you can see here, a little bit of extra information. This is the options sonar, and we can kind of see the options for the upcoming weeks. For the 23rd, we do have more bullish than bearish here. We got 77.13 thousand bullish, 0 bearish. For the week after, or for the January 21st, 2022. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. We're almost there at the next year. But January 21st, 2022, we got 0 bullish, 124.5 thousand bearish. And then for January 20th, 2023, way out there, we got 148.44 thousand bearish, 0 bullish for that as well. So definitely the sentiment changes when you take a look at that far future. But I think of the short term, though, we have actually a pretty bullish sentiment. So maybe that'll pan out. But of course, I don't know. I don't really go into the options. I'm just a buy the stock, hold the stock, and watch the company over time type of guy for these long-term investments, especially, right? But of course, when we take a look at iBorrowDesk, because everyone's wondering about the shorts, is this going to happen? Is the short squeeze going to happen? Well, we have 10 million available. We have the fee at 0.6% there. So I don't know, right? I don't really think that we're going to see something big, anything like big happen or anything like that coming up at least in the next month, but you never know. And of course, we're going to talk about Ortex. And if you like this video so far, please smash that like button for me. It really does help. Also, subscribe and ring the bell so you can get notifications on my upcoming videos. And hopefully I want to make more videos coming up, even about other stocks as well, but continue to make videos about Clover Health, as I have been for the last many months. I think since May I've been making videos, before the squeeze even. So you know who I am, and I've been a long-term investor as well. And so here we got the cost to borrow average at 1.31%. The current short interest percentage of the free flow is sitting at 8.88%, with the short interest changing about negative 0.96%. The utilization rate is at 47.83%. I remember when it was in the 90s and the 80s, way back in the day there. And of course, we got the days to cover sitting at 2.65. I think that's an increase. Yeah, 7 days ago, it's 2.30. So a little bit of an increase in the days of cover for the last couple of weeks. So overall, again, not really seeing a really big potential for this stock to squeeze in the short term, but of course, we can see where it goes over time. And next, I really want to talk about, again, the price target. So here we got some price targets for the next year. We got a $7, $10, $9, $10, $9. So kind of, again, being in that range, $8.20 is about the average there for all of that. But again, very, very good looking for the future in terms of what they think that it can go, especially when you see the $5.75. That was the offering, right, for 52 million shares. So we kind of have a decent baseline of potentially where we can go and where like a fair value is in the long run. So that's something that, again, I want to see. I really, really want to see this stock succeed. And of course, as I mentioned, right, I hodl, therefore I am. 47.9 thousand members within the subreddit. Sometimes there's some pretty good news in the subreddit that people like to talk about. Of course, we got the Discord as well. Make sure to check that out. And hey, for everyone that is discovering Clover Health, especially at these low prices, welcome. We welcome you with open arms and excited to join us with this investment that we have. And join the communities, join the Discord, the official CLOV Discord. I don't have a personal one or anything like that, but officially join the official Discord. And overall, just really excited. And don't forget to get your 5 free stocks valued up to $8,300 with Webull. Check out the description below. If you get a really good stock or you get a bunch of great stocks, definitely comment down. I'm really excited. Really want to hear what you got, honestly, because that would be really cool if I got one of my subscribers to be able to do this through that. So make sure to check out that link in the description below. And of course, if you like this video, please smash that like button. And as always, I hope you have a happy trading day tomorrow, you lucky people. Take care. Bye-bye.